Wolf and Pooch, we're back. I think this is what, episode 57, 58. We keep losing count. But today we want to talk to you guys about the importance of setting goals, right? How the importance of it, just how if they're measurable, how to achieve it, all those things. Because I think, for one, it's something that throughout life you're going to need to do anyways if you really want to accomplish something, right? And so I looked over a little literature about it, and there's a few specific things that are really important when you're trying to set goals for yourself. One, you know, is it measurable? Is it specific? Is it achievable? Right? And I think when you kind of write down the goal itself and start to really kind of dig deep into it, you will have answers to those questions, right? Um, because again, like I was saying, we're going to have to use this tool like throughout life with when if we're trying to accomplish something, right? I mean, can you think of a time where you really wanted to do something and you set did you set a goal and did you achieve it or did you not? Because I feel like there's times where we may set a goal and we may not achieve it for whatever reason. It could be because we had too many things going on or whatever. So I don't know.
All right, you got like the non-realistic goals, like I want to be an NFL player when I get older. Da, da, da. I mean, it's realistic.
It could be realistic,
but
depends.
I mean, it's realistically very few make it, right? So
Right.
that's what I mean by that. And then you got when since I've been getting older, I've been having the more realistic goals as far as like this channel, for instance, as far as like just subscribers and the amount of like videos I want to produce by a certain time. Like, I make certain goals like that. And I've passed, some. I'm still in the process
Sure.
of a goal. I've
Right.
passed some small goals. I'm still in the process of my big goal. But
Right.
I feel like when you have goals, aka when you have a purpose, right? It keeps you grounded.
Incentivized.
And you don't get distracted with the BS, right?
And there's a lot of that.
It's easy to get distracted, whether you get distracted with a relationship, where you get distracted with just like some family, just some random BS. It's easy to lose focus.
Right.
And I feel like if you have something to live for, if you have something you want to accomplish in this life, it's easier to kind of keep on track, right? Like we all fall off, we all kind of get distracted a little, but for the most part, I feel like if you got something you want to live for, if it's something that keeps you waking up every morning, you're more likely to be on your P's and Q's pretty much, right?
I will say this. I think it is very manageable to set goals and still have, other things.
But manageable goals, like not, let's be realistic with it. Like some people make some goals where it's not realistic. Now you want goals that's, I'm not saying make just some easy ones, but just realistic. You want big goals, but make them realistic.
Right. Make them. Write them down. Write a time frame that you really would like to accomplish it in, and I think that's helpful, and not too many at once, right? Because if you have too many things at once, it's going to be like, which one should I get started on? It's almost hard to kind of organize that. So when you set out to, just to use this channel for example, when you set out this goal, like what was your plan of attack? What would you say you did? Did you just jump right in? Did you kind of plot it out? I mean, I know, just from knowing you, like you wanted to do it for a while, and then you just dive in one day.
Yeah, I think I just dove in one day, and I was like, I'm gonna make my first video.
Remember actually?
Because I think before I even made a video, I had 6 subscribers just from people I knew, right?
Right.
But I think I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, because I got tired of procrastinating, right? You get tired of, again,
saying
when you
you're
don't have a purpose,
not.
you get restless, like when you don't know your purpose, when you don't know what you're supposed to do. So then you wake up feeling like, damn, like you wake up with this discomfort and you wonder why. It's because you have no direction and you feel lost. And so eventually I got tired of being lost. And so I'm like, you know what? This is what I want to do. I've been saying this. I've been telling people I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So it's one of those things where you do kind of got to just start. I always say.
Have the follow through.
Yeah, just start though. You got to start before anything. A lot of times we don't even start. We doubt ourselves or we overthink, and it prevents
Or
us
we
from
listen
even
to,
taking a step.
sometimes you listen to other people saying, oh, that's like, the naysayers, right?
Other
Oh, what are you
people
gonna,
who not doing nothing with themselves,
right,
who can't do it themselves, so they're trying to project that on you
right.
when they can't do it, right?
And then,
When
and then
people
they
can't
come
do
around
something.
when they see you're doing well. That's always fun.
Oh
too,
yeah, I knew you could do it, man. I
Yeah.
knew you.
It's
Like, no, you
I don't
didn't, bro. Remember you told me I should try something else? Give it up.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that? Like real
Right,
talk.
yeah, there's always going to be those people. You can't pay attention to that. If you're laser focused on something, it doesn't matter what anybody tells you. It's none of that doesn't concern you. It's you and whatever you're trying to accomplish.
It's
at the
just
end
you
of the day.
versus you. At the end of the day,
That's right.
made a
I mean,
video
you're going to
about
have supporters and non-supporters. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I remember, the growth of this channel and how exciting it was. I remember when we were like, oh my God, there's 100 subscribers. And, and now there is new goals. But do you remember when the goal was like, oh, I want to hit 100 subscribers? And so, yeah. That
Indeed, 100, 1,000.
Right.
Steady climbing. But
right.
the thing is, the reason why you want to make attainable goals is because you want to see the progress, right?
Absolutely.
That will keep you motivated. That will keep you on track. When you could look and see tangible proof of like, all right, I made it this far. I lost this much weight over a span, or I made this much money at my job. Whatever it is.
Right. I have a little cheat sheet in front of me, so you're going to see me looking down. But there's a goal criteria sheet, and it's it's SMART, right? SMART. S is for specific, right? Is the goal clear? Is it, is it like kind of, you're going to have the support you needed to reach this goal? M, is it measurable? In terms of like how much time it will take to achieve it, right? Achievable, which we just talked about. Can you do it by a certain target date, if you're going to put one on it? Relevant, how does it align with your life, your values, all those things, right? And time bound, and does it have a specific completion date? So if you keep all those things in mind, and maybe you even write some notes next to all of those little categories, you'll really have a clear definition of, really what you're trying to achieve. And honestly, I think it'll set you up for success if you're serious about it. If you're not serious about it, it won't. Yeah. You could write a bunch of stuff down and then, put it in a drawer and forget about it, right? True. But if you put this on, your mirror in the morning, your refrigerator, somewhere where you're going to see it every day, you're going to hit it. You're going to get to it.
It's all about being consistent too.
Right.
You just got to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little a day. Like, a lot of times people feel like they got to do a lot.
Right.
No.
Chip away.
Even if you just want to lose weight or something, start with going for 10-minute walks, 15-minute walks. You gotta
build up to it.
And then gradually increase. Just anything. Going to the gym. Start off spending 20 minutes. Gradually increase. Right. Whatever, but just start. Again, it goes back to that start. You just got to do something. At the end of the day, you just got to put in something. That's how you be consistent.
And there may be days where you don't want to do anything. And
that's when you gotta do
that's really when you have to push yourself. And maybe you don't do as much that day, but as long as you do a little something for it, right? Because, you're going to, think about it. You might have something come up where you're like, ooh, it could be a family thing, whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, right? So you're like, ooh, I didn't really get a chance to work on XYZ like I wanted to, but let me just do a little bit, so at least I did something towards it, right? So don't neglect it.
So you can feel good about yourself. I know when it's days where I don't do nothing, you be like, man, I ain't do nothing all day, what? But I don't care if I just post a short or just
whatever.
Just
to have something. Right.
I did something for the day, and I got 1% better. So about getting 1% better.
Absolutely. So I don't know. I guess we could close with just
start, man. Whatever it is, stop thinking. That's the thing. Stop
just
thinking and just do it. Like Nike, real talk. And that goes for anything. We just need to stop thinking most of the time.
Right.
You're overthinking.
Yeah, that'll kill it.
But all right, that's it for this episode. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. It's lit.